How do you know if you're one of God's people? Let me tell you my story. I grew up chasing the world. I believe the big dream that you grow up, go to school, get good grades, go to college, graduate, get a good job, make money, get married, have, two kids, a dog, house paid off, cars paid off, live happily ever after, and retire. That's what I believed because that's all I knew. That's how I grew up. That's what the world taught me. That's what my environment, the people around me, we all believe that same thing. So I thought that was the truth. And for me, what ended up happening over time is I got closer and closer to achieving that big dream, the big dream of the world, the American dream. The closer I got to it, the more I started to doubt it. And the more I started to realize, wow, there's got to be something more than what this American dream was all about. So that could be you. So think about it. Wherever you're at on that journey of what is my purpose, and if you are a focus driven person like I was in sports. So I was very much, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm just going to go at it hard and consistently, and I enjoyed it. But I started to realize, wow, there's something that is not right about this. So I started to question and think about, well, what is my identity? How do I identify myself? And on that journey, I would ask, that's the first step to understanding this piece of the puzzle. What is my identity? So if you think about it, I grew up, I played baseball. I went and I got a job in the corporate world, and I had a house that was paid off. I had a wife and a son. So if my identity rested in any of those things, all of them could be taken away from me. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I lost all those things. So if my identity, think about it, if your identity is wrapped up into something that can be taken away from you, boy, that's a precarious spot to be in. And you don't want to be in that spot. You want to be in a place where your identity can't be taken away from you. So you name it. Think about it. I'm in a beautiful coffee shop now, and there's artists displaying their work. If an artist puts their identity in being an artist, oh, hi, what do you do, or what are you passionate about? Well, art. I'm an artist. That's their identity. So if all of a sudden you had something happen to your hands and you couldn't make art anymore, then oh my gosh, if my whole identity was rested in being an artist, you see what I'm saying here? So it's so important to search for what does it mean to have an identity outside of something in this world, and how can I shift that? Well, that was me, right? And it didn't come overnight. For me, it was pretty much a lifelong process. And you start thinking about it, and for me the identity thing was so powerful because I had to really think into myself. And the first glimpse I had of it was when I did an exercise called the Wheel of Life. So the Wheel of Life is basically you go through and you self-assess your life. And it's like a wheel. So you've got the hub of the wheel and then the spokes that go out and form the wheel. So you assess yourself on, uh, money, career, melody, go body, relationships, all these things. And then, if you feel like, oh yeah, my life's going good there, you rate it a 10. So it's right out on the outer spoke of the wheel. And for me, when I did this, my spiritual was a 0. Everything else was in various levels, so pretty good. So I remember the guy asking me, so if this is your wheel of life, how's it rolling along? I just started laughing. I'm like, well, I roll along fine, then I hit this stop and I got to push to get the wheel going again. That was spiritual. I won't go into all the details, but maybe that's you. Maybe that spiritual part of your life is a 0. I had no spiritual life. None at all. My mom was kind of new age, so I knew about like astrology, those sorts of things. But, it was just kind of like, it's kind of foo-foo stuff. And I tried really forced to go to church with my first wife. And because they were Catholic, and you just go in. I'm like, nah, there's nothing here. So I was totally void with the whole spiritual thing. So for me, then I started delving into the whole spiritual piece. And a whole bunch of things started coming into my life outside of me. I didn't even know they were going on. And I started to understand the power of being together and living together, doing life together with other people. It's like, wow, okay, this is kind of cool. And being in harmony with other people. Wow, this is pretty cool too. You know, when you're used to, like for me, I was in the corporate world, a lot of politics. So you get a lot of that, covering your butt, and you're not close to a lot of people because it's kind of phony, even the people that you are close to. At least that was from my perspective and my experience. And then even owning your own business. I owned a wine store after that. So maybe that's you. Maybe you're doing a solo business. You're a solopreneur and you're going at it hard. Well, that can be kind of isolating. You can kind of be on your own. So I started to value and understand the power of, again, this world. It's me, go, 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 achieve the things. And you can go faster on your own than you can go slower with other people, but it's going to be much richer with the other people. So I started to understand that. So how do you find your peeps? How do you find your people? And I would say just ask questions. Start asking questions. Start hanging out. Start paying attention when you go to an event that you enjoy. Maybe it's a concert. Maybe it's a sporting event. Maybe you like hiking, running, or whatever. Strike up conversations with other people who enjoy doing the same things that you do. That's the best way to start to find your peeps, your people, and how you can get in community with others and learn their stories. That's so important. Ask people about what their stories. Don't be concerned about sharing your story. Sure, they'll probably ask you yours, but let them ask you first. Be the one that's asking people, others, about their story and what they're passionate about and what they're all about. Once you do those things, you're going to start to experience, you'll start to experience what it's like to be a part of a community. And for me, that led to really following Jesus. So I'm not saying that you are on that same path, nor should you be on that same path. I think it's a great path. I think you should try it, but that isn't the purpose of this video. This video is really to get you out of isolation and into a community of people who are for you, don't judge you, and are in harmony with you. That is the ultimate end game here, is to start experiencing community, to maybe step away from what the world is teaching, this individualism and optimizing yourself and self-care and all this stuff, and start saying, hey, how can I be in community with other people? How can I bless other people's lives? How can I, dare I say, serve other people? And I think you'll find that you're going to start to get enriched. You're going to start to understand, if that is your identity, that you're going to be a loving person. That can't be taken away from you, no matter what the circumstances are. You said today, I want to be a loving person, and that's my identity. Boom. You can have that identity the rest of your life. So subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button to see more like this, and comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question you ask. And we'll see you the next time on this amazing journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.